What is the proper way to let go of something? To let go of your suffering, to let go of the thoughts, the wants, the desires. It's in the understanding that the outside cannot make you feel a certain way. Only you make yourself feel a certain way. And it is 100% capable, you are 100% capable of controlling your mind and your thoughts by being present, by having a mindfulness practice, by not drifting off and following your mind wherever it wants to take you. So your mind wants to drift off. It wants you to become absorbed in it again so that it can create more suffering. But if we can be really alert when we go unconscious and in those moments become conscious again and bring ourselves into the present moment, the more we practice this, it's like going to the gym. It just becomes second nature. So at first, it seems like every second, every millisecond that a thought arises that you can't do anything about it. Don't believe your mind that says that you can't do anything about it, because you can. You can quickly shift yourself back into the present moment every time you become aware that you're not in the present moment. Now, the next thing is what do we do when something happens in life that tests us? And no matter how much we want things to be perfect in this world, it just doesn't work that way. There are going to be challenges no matter what you do, whether it's, your relationships, your health, your finances. Maybe it's a mixture of two at the same time. So what do we do when those problems come up? We have to recognize that the problem that is arising is not the issue. It's our mind that's attached to it to make it into a problem. When we follow the thoughts that we label as good or bad based on what is happening in our life, that creates suffering. So if you lose your job, losing your job was never the issue. The issue was that you had a thought that said that that was somehow a problem. And so now you are creating your own suffering through your mind because you think that you losing your job was a problem. Am I saying that don't go out and look for another job? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you don't have to stress and worry over it. You don't have to attach your thoughts to whatever your circumstances are. And when you can remain neutral, remain in a present space, no matter what is happening in life, good or bad, you then can transcend your ego. You then can dissolve all suffering because you accept things that arise as they come. Another example would be somebody says something that is attacking you, or you feel threatened because they said something that made you feel triggered. Instead of becoming triggered, notice the emotion that arises within you when that person says whatever it says that triggered you. And maybe that person, whatever they said, they didn't intend to trigger you, but it did trigger you. I've had this happen at certain points where, it's not even that big of a deal, but maybe the kids are playing ball outside and they'll accidentally throw their football against my window and it's just super annoying, or they're mowing the lawn outside, and just like those little irritations that make me want to get frustrated about something that is so ridiculous. Or, you get cut off in traffic. Our immediate response when we get cut off in traffic is to respond, is to get angry, is to honk at someone. Instead of recognizing that as the ego, recognizing that as an emotion that wants to arise, that wants to create suffering. And I hope what I'm saying is making sense. It's hard to describe into words certain times, although I do try to put it into words as best as possible. If you have not made it a practice to consistently meditate, meditation can be a great way for you to just simply notice your thoughts. You don't have to do anything about them. Just notice that you have them. Just notice that they're there. And if possible, notice any space that may arise when you are meditating. Notice any emotions that come up. All meditation is a way for you to become more conscious, so that way, when you go into the real world, you can take those teachings into the real world. If you meditate and you do all the spiritual work, but you don't implement it into your life, into day in and day out, when the challenges arise, you will never grow spiritually. You will only suffer. You will only continue to suffer. You will only continue to go backwards. So, start with little things that happen throughout the day that might be mild irritations, and then when bigger problems arise, you will then be able to distance yourself from it a little bit more and more and more. And as you do that, you'll notice that no matter what happens, you can be okay. And the way to start this process is through meditation. Okay. Well, I hope any of what I made sense. It just came through me. Hopefully, it's hard to explain. It's hard to put into words at times, but I definitely try for you guys. And I just want to say thank you guys for your support, and I will talk to you later. Peace and love. Bye.